Tomorrow afternoon we'll be back at Independence for a rematch here with the Saints. Huh? Oh. Here come the Knights, here come the Saints. Out onto the ice. As I was saying, I guess had some mic issues. Saturday afternoon hockey, Knights coming in sixth place in the league at 3-4-1, 7 points in the point column. Saints come in one spot behind the Knights. They've got 4 points. They're 1-5-2. Knights are 3-4-1. Knights getting 2 wins last weekend against Midmo. Taking that sweep and looking to continue the win streak here today against the Saints. Tomorrow we'll be back in Independence for a rematch. Who's in the gray jersey? Oh, is that JC? Guess he forgot something. 5-minute warm-ups here at the varsity level, so about 2.5 minutes left. Get a little Saints player. Nick Schneider there plays lacrosse with Chase up at Northland. So does Post, but Post won't be playing today in goal. They will have Noel. She did a really good job when we had 3 friendlies last month against the Saints. She looked really good. Bradshaw's the backup. Will be playing the JV. JV2 will be playing the Knights JV2 right after this game. The JV1 plays later tonight at KCIC again against one of the Stars teams, so I know I'll be heading that way. We got a player that forgot their jersey from last night, JC. Trent Smith warming up, also Russo. We'll see who gets the start today. I would assume Russo. No Trent's playing tonight. He's the only goaltender on the roster. Izzy couldn't make it. The 3 friendlies we played earlier in the year, all won by the Knights, but each game got progressively closer. Knights won 3-0, then 2-0, and 1-0, all shutouts. But very competitive games. Expect nothing less today and tomorrow. Final 15 seconds warm-ups. Let's see if they'll do national anthem and lineup announcements, and then we'll get this thing underway.
The Knights come into today's game with a record of 3-4-1, with your Saints at 1-5-2. And now for the starting lineups. Starting for the Knights, in wing, in forward, number 26, Brayden James. Number 40, Michael Fortner. And number 88, Brett Dunlop. On defense, number 53, Caleb Brown. And number 10, Ethan Combs. And in goal, number 36, Jensen Russo.
All right, for the Knights, James Fortner and Dunlap.
And now for the Kansas City
Tom
Fighting
and
Saints.
Brown on the defense, Russo in net.
Wing, number 30, correction, number 45, Joe Hendricks True. Number 78, Kyler Paxman. At center, number 36, Michael Rauso Casio. Defense, number 16, Nick Schneider. And number 47, Hunter Pike. And in goal, number 15, Ellie Knowles. The officials for today's game are provided by the Kansas City Officials Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as we play the national anthem of the United States.
All right, lineups are out of the way. National anthem has been done. We are ready for some hockey here at Lion Creek, northern Kansas City. Kansas City Knights and the Fighting Saints. Tom and Brown step in on the defense. James will go to left wing, Fortner to right. Dunlap will step into center. We're ready to go. Saints will take that one. They'll dump it down into the Knight zone. Down deep, Com will bring it around the backside of the net. Looking up the left-hand side. Now he'll look to center it right to Dunlap. He'll chip it down into the Saint zone. Down into the corner. Centers it back up front. Grabbed by Fortner. Down into the corner. Fortner will work it far right-hand side. He'll send it over to Brown. Brown whiffs on the shot. Poked out into the neutral zone by the Saints. Com will race back and grab this one. Now sent over to the far right side. This will be Fortner. Fortner missed on the pass. That's 2 or 3 of them right in a row. Now he'll chip it up the wall. Down into the Saint zone. Grabbed by Schneider. Popped up in the air. That goes into the netting. They'll blow it dead. We'll face it off in the Saint zone. Just underway in the first. 14-14 remaining. No score. Knights will change things up. Prazel and Braun will come in on the defense. We got JC, Bogdan, Sanders. This is one back to JC. He'll get it to Braun. Braun will send one. Saved by Knowles. She'll jump on top of it. Covered up, and we'll do it again. Grabbed by Sanders. Quick shot. That goes wide left. Over to the near side. Grabbed by Bach. He'll rip it around the boards. Now it pops out into the neutral zone. Foot race for the puck. Saints will get there first. They'll come out. That's slapped away there by Russo. Pops out to JC. He'll send it down into the neutral zone, and then the Saints kick it right back out. Prazel will go D to D over to Braun. Braun will send it up the wall to JC. He'll try to get it to Sanders. Just out in front of him, but does go down into the Saint zone. This is grabbed now by the Saints up the right-hand side. Sauces it way up in the air over towards Russo. Nice body check there by the refs on Dame right up in front. Now it's grabbed by the Knights. Send it out in the neutral zone, and now right back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Braun, backside of the net. Pressured by the Saints up against the wall. Smith is checked in. Bach is still in there. Now the Knights will wrap it around the boards, trying to get it over to Larson. Saints will get there first and send it back the other way. Schneider holds it in for the Saints. Now pinch down low. Prazel's in there. Bach is in there. Here comes Braun trying to dig it out. Finally grabbed by Bacta. Bacta will look for the cross-ice pass. Almost stolen by the Saints. Now Larson. Larson will go to Smith. Smith will bring it in the right-hand side. Shoots it wide left of the net. Comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Now to be grabbed by the Knights. Zwellenberg will kick it over towards Hutch. Hutch will wheel it around the backside of the net. Morrison's over here on the D. He'll send it over to the right. This will go to Larson. Larson will bring it in. Zwellenberg stays on side. Now they'll drop pass to Morrison. Morrison will dump it down into the corner. Around the back of the net. Goes over to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg up the right-hand side. And barely stays in. I thought that went outside the blue line, but they say everything's safe. We'll continue to play it in the Saints zone. Now the Saints grab it. Poke check there by Hutch. Now the Saints will grab it far side. Body check there by Larson. Allows Zwellenberg to grab the puck. Down into the Saints zone. Grabbed by the Saints far corner. Pressured by Zwellenberg. Held in by Larson. He'll rip it around the backside of the net. This will come over near corner. Zwellenberg comes over up the right-hand side. The puck comes. Now dropped into the neutral zone. Pressured right in front of us. Now it'll be brought in by the Saints. They'll send it down towards the goal. Russo will kick it right around the boards near side. Grabbed by Hutch. He'll wheel it right back behind the net. Sends it up the boards towards Larson. Larson will get it over to Smith. He'll lose the puck. Grabbed by the Saints. Back in their own zone. Smith will continue to pressure. Putting on the forecheck. Forcing them all the way down to the boards. Loose puck back. Here comes Neal. Here comes Goins in some for support. Grabbed by Smith right up. He tries to center it up front. Neal's not there. He'll lose his puck stick. Here come the Knights with the puck. Brownie lost his edge there. Fell down. Now he slaps it real hard over to the near side. Com can't handle that pass and just finally comes away with it in the corner. Up the boards, has a poke checked away. This will come to Com. Now Com will send it off the boards. Way too far out in front of Neal. Schneider will send it back the other way, back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Com. Com across ice trying to get it to Brown. Now there's Chikini. Neal will fly in here off the front but can't get to the puck. Comes back out to Brown. Now Brown's going to send it out into the Saint zone. That's going to be icing.
Icing, it's the Warriors. The Knights.
Face off in the Knight zone. 10:27 remaining the first. No score. James, Dunlap, and Fortner will check back in along with Prazel. It looks like Braun over there on the far side. Face off one down in the corner. This will be grabbed by Braun. Backside of the net. Looking to send it up to James. Gets deflected off one of the Saints skates. And he'll send it back the other way around the boards. This will come to Fortner. Fortner with a quick touch to Dunlap just out in front of him. Still battling for the puck. Now grabbed by the Saints. This will be held in by Braun right at the blue line. He'll send one up front, deflected away by the Saints. Now they'll chip it up in the air out into the neutral zone. Back check by James. He'll get that steal down in the Knight zone. We'll wheel around the backside of the net. Up the right-hand side. Back towards the middle. Gets squeezed by the Saints. And the Saints will pick it off, and they'll send it back out into the Knight zone. There's a back check by Fortner. Saints still got the puck down in the corner looking to center it. Covered up by Russo. They'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off in the Knight zone with 9:42 remaining in the first. Hutch and Morrison will check back in on the defense, but Dunlap, Fortner, and James will stay out there on the forward line. Loose puck goes down low. This will be grabbed by Morrison momentarily. Stolen by the Saints. They look to center it up front. Now it's picked off by Fortner. Fortner will bring it up the left. He'll have it poked away by McIntyre for the Saints and right back into the Knight zone. Round the backside of the net. Grabbed by Hutch. He'll send it off in the corner. This will be grabbed by Dunlap. He'll try to get it up to James. James can't get it cleared as he'll be checked there by McIntyre. Now back down into the corner. Morrison over there in the corner. Dunlap trying to get it cleared up to James again. Now it'll trickle out in the neutral zone. Grabbed by Fortner with some speed. Up the left-hand side. He'll pull it in. Can't get the shot off. Deflected and goes around the net. This will come back over to Hutch. He'll backhand it right to Fortner. Fortner will try to get it cross ice. That's picked off by the Saints and back out in the neutral zone. Big check by Fortner on the shot right at the blue line by the Saints. Now James will bring it back out into the neutral zone. Battle up against the boards, and here comes the Saints the other way. They'll send one deflector blocked by the Russo. Goes off to the side of the net. Now another save by Russo, and this will come over near side. Another save blocked by Morrison, and now Russo will knock the net off.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
They'll blow this dead, face it off far side. Bacta is checked in along with JC and Sanders. Brown and Com have come back in on the defense. That's one over to Brown. Brown will chip it ahead. JC racing after the puck. Saints get there first, though. Hard, deflected off the wall, back behind the net. Big check there by Brown, holding it in. Stays back behind the net now to be grabbed by the Saints. Up the left-hand side, all the way down. That's going to be icing. They'll blow it dead. And now we'll face it off in the Saint zone with 8:02 remaining in the first. Bacta wins it over to JC. JC off the boards, back down to Bacta. He'll wheel around towards the middle. He'll look to backhand it to Brown. Brown will send it right back to Bacta. Bacta with a shot. That's deflected by Schneider up front in front of the net. Now held in by Brown. Up against the boards. Kicked out, grabbed by the Saints. They'll bring it out in the neutral zone. Now they'll rip it, right off the ref. And we're going to have a delayed offside, so this will be grabbed by the Knights. Brown will send it up the right-hand side towards Com, and now we're going to get an icing on the Knights. in for the Knights, Larson, Zwellenberg, and Smith. Prazel and Braun on the defense. One over towards Braun. Braun goes down. Puck's right underneath the ref. Now quick shot saved by Russo. He doesn't know where the puck is. Actually, he was in his pads. Oh, nice save. And I think we're going to get a penalty shot here for the Saints. As Russo couldn't find the puck, stood up, and it dropped out of his gear. Big mess up front, and here we go with a penalty shot for the Saints with 7:16 remaining in the first.
Wins the play of the game against number 68.
Penalty was Prazel jumping on top of the puck. Saving the goal initially. We'll see if Russo can save it now too. Saved by Russo on the penalty shot. Keeps the score at 0. So ends up being a nice save by Prazel to jump on top of that puck. Now we'll face it off down in the Knight zone. Won by the Knights over to Prazel. Prazel will kick it off the boards. McIntyre will hold it in for the Saints and send it back around the backside of the net. Prazel up the near side trying to get it to Smith. Smith will touch it up to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will bring it in left-hand side. Goes back to the front. Right towards Larson. Shot goes wide of the net. Now big body checks down low. This will pop up to Braun. Braun will try to punch it down low. Down he goes. The Saints will send it all the way the other end. They're going to wave off icing as Prazel could get to that. And there's interference right there. As the Saints slid in and took Russo out in goal, but there wasn't even a shot or any play near to the front of the net. They'll bring this face-off out to neutral ice. Larson, Zwellenberg, and Smith. Hutch and Morrison. One back grab by Smith, near side, popped into the neutral zone and then sent right back out into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Smith around the backside of the boards, over towards Larson. Loose puck right up front. Now it's poked away there by Morrison. He'll get it to Smith. He'll lose it right in the neutral zone. Goes far side over towards Larson. Deflected and goes up into the Saints bench. Puck out of play. We'll face this one off the neutral ice, and the Knights will change it up. Goins, Neal, and Chikine will check in. We'll keep Morrison and Hutch on the defense. Face off one, grabbed by Chikine. He'll send a shot. That's grabbed by Knoll. She'll glove it up, blow it dead. Face off in the Saint zone. Goins sends it down low on the face-off. Grabbed by the Saints, hard around the boards near side. Morrison trying to hold it in. Comes out, past the blue line into the zone. Big check by Chikine up front. Neal with the steal. Now he'll lose the puck as he gets taken down. Goins continues to fight it. Now it's Chikine. Can't get the shot off. Saints grab it, and up the left-hand side they'll come. Poke check there by Hutch Smith. Centered back up front. Morrison trying to slap it out. Now sent down low to Morrison behind the net. Saints will send one back across the ice, comes near side. Now a slap shot. That's blocked by Chikine down into the corner, grabbed by the Saints. 5:27 remaining in the first. Saints have applied most of the pressure down here into the Knight zone. Knights are having a hard time keeping it in the Saints zone and getting it out of their own zone. Popped up in the air. That goes into the netting. They'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off down here in the Knight zone with 5:15 remaining in the first. We are still scoreless.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Dunlap, James, and Fortner have checked back in, along with Brown and Com. Dunlap will win it over to the near side, but held in by the Saints. Now around towards the backside of the net. They'll try to center it up front. That's deflected, and Fortner will grab it, and he'll bring it out in the neutral zone. Up the left-hand side. James will come towards the middle. Loose puck right up front. Oh, shot by James goes wide left. Had an opening as Knoll was tied up there with some traffic, but couldn't get the clear backside netter shot off. That'll go off the boards, arms up. They're going to wave that one off down into these Saint zones. Dunlap will battle for it. Now grabbed by James in the corner. He'll look to center it up front. Loose puck right up front. There's Dunlap. Shot just over the side of the net. Still grabbed by the Knights. Now Fortner goes down to the check. There's James. He'll whip one. That goes right off Snyder. Down into the corner. Now the Saints will work on a breakout out. They'll chip it off the boards. This will come down into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Com. Out into the neutral zone. He'll get it over to James. Now stolen by the Saints. Sent back into the Knight zone. Here's JC coming off the bench. He'll grab this puck in the Knight zone. He'll get it over to Com. Com will bring it up. Saucer over to the left-hand side to James. James with a quick shot. No, with the save. Goes off into the corner. Now back into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Prazel. He'll backhand it, trying to get it to Bakta. Bakta in the corner with some speed around the backside of the net. He's looking. He'll bring it over towards the left-hand side. A little back check by the Saints. Pops it over towards Sanders. Sanders will take it deep. Centers it up front. JC can't get the clean shot off. Goes off the side of the netting. Now the Saints with the clear up the near side. Prazel will hold it in. Sends it back down towards JC in the corner. Now popped up, low ceiling over here at Lion Creek, and that goes up into the rafters. I can almost touch that. And I'm short. All right, face-off will come back near side, down in the Saint zone. Prazel and Braun are in on the defense. Bakta will step into center. Wins it over towards Sanders. Sanders got it. Quick shot. Shoots. Saved by Knoll. JC right there. Can't get the rebound as his stick got tied up. Now to come to Braun. Big slapper. That's deflected up front by the Saints. And goes behind the net. Now grabbed by Sanders. Couldn't get the shot off. Loses the puck. Here come the Saints the other way. They'll saucer it down into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Prazel. With the back check, Saints get the turnover momentarily. Now it's grabbed by Bakta. Bakta will look for the cross-ice pass. Saints hold it in. Deflected off of Braun. Now slapped by Bakta. That goes out into the Knights bench. They'll blow that one dead and face it off down here in the Knight zone. I can't hear you.
Can you tilt the camera up just a little bit? Because when we're going in here, we're getting a lot of shadow and like glare. Yeah. There we go.
All right, Zwellenberg will rip it around the backside of the net over to the near side. Smith will come over, trying to get it poked out. This will be held in by Hendricks for the Saints. Over to McIntyre. He'll try to center it up front. Now it's deflected. Grabbed by Smith. Smith will look to cross-ice. Nice cross-ice pass over to Larson. Down into the Saint zone, far corner. Zwellenberg comes right to the middle. Smith goes right to the front of the net. Trickles out to Zwellenberg. He'll send it over to Hutch. Hutch will bring it D to D over to Morrison. Morrison loses control of the puck. Now he'll send one that's deflected by Smith. Goes behind the net. Pops out in the neutral zone. Foot race for the puck. Hutch will come over. Sitting right at the blue line. Saints will hold it in. Around the backside of the net. Over to the far side. This will be grabbed by Larson. He'll lose it on a little check from the Saints, and now it'll get pinched up against the boards. Trickles out, poked away by Morrison, right to the Saints. Quick shot, saved by Russo. Now stolen by Hutch. Hutch will kick it. He'll bring it up, crosses the red line, brings it into the Saint zone. He'll take a shot, goes wide left, poked away there by Knoll. Now battled down low by Smith. He'll try to center to Zwellenberg. That comes all the way up to the D, grabbed by the Saints. Nice poke check there by Morrison, stolen by Smith. Sent down into the Saints Knight zone by the Saints. This will be grabbed by Morrison. Morrison trying to get it to Neal, now poked in, delayed offsides. Grabbed by Morrison once again. Brown, Morrison down into the corner. Center pass right up front. Shoot, saved by Russo. Another save by Russo. Loose up front. That's deflected by somebody from the Knights up front as the net was wide open. Russo still trying to get back into position. Now it comes to Neal. Neal will bring it up the middle. Straight on with Knoll. Shoots. Deflected by Knoll. Goes to the backside of the net. This will be held in by Brown. Brown will send it back down low. Grabbed by the Saints. Now they'll try to clear it. This is going to be icing. Arms up in the air. They'll blow it dead with 24.8 seconds left. Neal's shaking his head on that breakaway. Couldn't get it past Knoll. Knights will change it up. 24.8 seconds remaining in the first. We are scoreless. James, Dunlap, and Fortner come in. This will be Com and Brown. Loose right at the dot. This will be grabbed by the Saints. They'll send it all the way down towards Russo. He'll kick it off to the side. Grabbed by Com with a head of speed. Around the backside of the net. Loses it up front. Continues to grab it on his own. Takes it in the right-hand side. Down low. Puts on the brakes. Loses the puck. Now it comes right to Brown. Shot goes wide left. 5 seconds remaining. Quick shot deflected by the Saints right up front. Now sent down into the Knight zone. Would have been icing, but that's the end of the period. And after one, no score from Line Creek.
In the first period, Knights had 4 shots on goal, with the Kansas City Saints taking 10 shots on goal.
So after one, we are tiedless. 15 minutes, or tied, scoreless, I guess. 15 minutes back on the clock. Knights took 4 shots. No goals on 4 shots. Saints 10 shots. No goals. We will head to the second. They'll switch ends. Russo came up big on a penalty shot that the Saints have. Knoll came up big on that breakout there with Neal right there towards the end of the period. And that's the way we stay scoreless. Fortner, Dunlap, and James will check in here, or stay in, I guess, to start this second. Com and Brown on the defense. Face-off one, that comes back into the Saints, or Knight zone over to Com. Com will hit it hard off the boards over to Brown. Brown look at the cross eyes. That's tipped off the skate of Fortner.
Icing on the Knights.
But that will be icing, and we'll face it off down in the Saint zone, far side. Dunlap wins it off to the side, grabs it himself. Now off to the Saints. That shot is blocked by Com. And here we go with James with the breakout the other way. He'll come to his backhand shoot, save by Knoll. Rebound saved again and goes off into the corner. Now loose up to Brown. Brown will send one. That's deflected by the Saints, and they got a break coming the other way. Com will send them wide. They'll look to center it. Broken up there by Brown. And here comes James the other direction. Into the center. Off to the right. Kicked off into the corner. Centered up front. Nobody home for the Saints. Now to be grabbed by Dunlap. He'll lose it. Here come the Saints the other direction. Back check. Nice job there by Com. Or Fortner. His stick gets tied up with one of the Saints. Now the Saints will bring it back out. Touched by Kingston Sanders. Down to the front. There's to Dunlap. Dunlap will backhand it back low, down behind the net. Saints whiff on the pass. This will be grabbed by Sanders. Loose right up front. Dunlap with a shot, goes wide left. Comes over near side to JC. He'll backhand it to Braun. Braun will send one. That's deflected by the Saints. Goes wide left of the net over to Dunlap, far side. Dunlap gets it to Prazel. Now Prazel, Kingston Sanders takes a shot right off the post. Now Noel will jump on top of it. They'll blow it dead and face off in the Saint zone. Bachta is checked in, so Bachta will step to center. JC to the right wing. Sanders to the left. Braun and Prazel in here on the defense. Bachta will win it back to Prazel. He'll take a shot. Oh, that's hard slapper by Prazel. Knocks his stick right out of the Saints' hand. Puck flies up into the low ceiling here at Line Creek again. Puck out of play and will face it off in the Saint zone. One over towards Sanders. He'll bring it back down into the corner. Pressured by the Saints. Now it comes up right to Bachta in the center. He'll drop it for Braun. Braun with a shot. That's deflected. Goes off to Bachta. Bachta gets it over to JC. He'll lose it over there to the Saints. That'll come up the right-hand side. Now they'll saucer it out into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by Braun. Over to Prazel. Now backhanded into center ice. Two Knights right in the way. JC comes away with it. Got Sanders to the right. No, with a save on the wrister from JC. They'll blow it dead. Another face-off in the Saint zone. Knights will switch it up. Short break there for line one. Here comes James Dunlap and Fortner back in. Hutch and Morrison on the defense. Grabbed right up front by Fortner. Now he'll lose it to the Saints. They'll backhand it. Held in momentarily by Smith. Now he'll bring it out in the neutral zone, looking for somewhere to go with it. He'll get it to Morrison. Morrison sends it right back to Hutch real quick. Bounces right off of him. Now they'll look for the cross-ice pass. This will be stolen by the Schneider for the Saints. He'll dump it into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Morrison, far side. Chips it up, trying to get it to James. James will touch it over to Fortner. Fortner will backhand it. Oh, nice backhand pass, trying to get it to Dunlap, but it's a little bit behind him. Now Fortner will hold it in far side. He'll bring it over to Hutch, up in the air over a stick, and that goes out into the neutral zone. Nice effort there by the Saints, keeping it down into the Knight zone. Big hit by the Saints, and Morrison up against the boards in the corner. Now they'll take a shot. That goes wide of the net, comes over near side towards James. Backhanded by Schneider for the Saints. Now Fortner will send it. This is going to be icing, just to slow things up. Face off in the Knight zone. Knights will change it up, get some fresh legs back out there. Brown and Com will come in. This will be Larson, Smith, and Zwellenberg. One by the Saints. They'll bring it up, high post to D. They'll take one. Saved by Russo. Goes off into the side. This will be grabbed by Com. Com down in the corner. He'll take it around the boards. Smith will come over. Brown's over there. Gets tied up against the boards. Now trickles out. This will be grabbed by Zwellenberg. He'll peel back a little bit. Tries the backhander. Stolen by the Saints, and they'll send it right back into the Knight zone. Now grabbed by Com. Cross ice to Brown. Brown to Smith. Now pops up in the air. Finally gets into the Saint zone. Grabbed by Zwellenberg down up against the wall. Brings it in towards the center. We're going to have a penalty. This looks like it's going to be on the Saints for hooking. And the Knights will go to the power play.
This KC Knights power play is brought to you by Power Electric.
Knights will bring out 5 forwards on this. Fortner and Sanders will do the defense. Bachta, JC, and James will be the forwards. Nope, James is going to go to D. Fortner's going to swing up to the right winger. This is won by the Knights over to James. James will take a wrister, goes wide of the net, comes over near side towards Sanders. Sanders will hold it in. Takes it down deep. Now he'll drop it for Bakta. Bakta will send it back over to the wing to Sanders. Sanders with a shot. Saved by Knoll. Goes over towards James' far side. He'll look to center it over towards Sanders. That goes out into the neutral zone, and Knights will have to get back on side. Sanders sends it over far side to James. James will bring it back D to D over to Sanders. Back D to D to James as they set it up. Looks to bring it to Bakta. Bakta will bring it in up the center. Tries to split the Saints. They'll slap it right back out into the neutral zone, out into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Sanders down low. Sanders up the left-hand side. Big body check. And we're going to get a penalty on Sanders on that one. And that'll neutralize the power play, and we'll skate 4-on-4. This will go down into the Saint zone for the face-off, so we'll have JC, Bakta, Com, and Brown. We'll put the two defenders back out there. Nope, they'll take Bakta and JC off. Wellenberg and Larson will come in. 4-on-4 skate for 1:10. And then the Saints will go to the power play for 50 seconds. Face-off's grabbed there by Wellenberg. Backhands it over to Larson. Stolen by the Saints right up front. They'll take a shot. Saved by Russo. Goes behind the net. They'll look to center it up front. Nobody home for the Saints, and here comes Larson the other direction. Knights now have a 3-on-2. Oh, Com was just offsides. Whew. Face off in the neutral zone. So Wellenberg will step in to that center spot. Brown was trying to sneak in along with one of the Saints, and ref stopped it real quick and pushed him back out. Brown will send it back out in the neutral zone, grabbed by the Saints in their own zone. Now they'll ricochet it off the boards. Back out to neutral ice. Over to the near side towards Wilson. Wilson will send it down into the Knight zone. Back behind the net. This will be grabbed by Com. He'll peel back, come back behind the net for a little time and space. Pushed up front. That'll go straight towards Knoll. We're going to call icing on that, and we'll bring it back to the far end. 15 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Then the Saints will go out on their power play. This will bring in Smith and Neal, Braun and Prazel. Smith's going to go to the center spot. Neal will go off to the winger. Down into the corner. Battle with Smith. Now they'll trick around the backside of the net. This will be grabbed by Prazel. Prazel will send it hard off the boards for some reason. That'll be another icing with 3 seconds left. I don't know if he thought maybe the 4-on-4 skate was over, but there's 3 seconds left on it. We'll face it off down in the Knight zone once again. Grabbed by the Saints. 4-on-4 is over. Saints to the power play. They'll have it far side. Here comes their extra skater now back out. Sent off into the left wing. Back up to the D. Held in by the Saints on that high pass. Now it'll come to the Knights. Knights can't get it cleared. Saints hold it in. Quick shot saved by Russo. That'll come to Neal. Neal will backhand it. Can't get it cleared. Pipe will hold it in for the Saints. Now a slow pass, far D to D. Now they'll come right to the middle. Neal can't get a hold of it. Saints hold it in far side, or near side, down into the corner. Looking for Pipe coming through the middle. Couldn't get that shot off clean. Goes off into the corner. Now Neal with another check on Pipe. That ends the penalty. Back to a full-strength skate. Now over to Neal. Neal with another breakout. He'll come in. Shoot, scores! 71, Chase Neal on the breakout, puts it top shelf right over Noel's left shoulder, and the Knights finally get on the board with 8:05 remaining in the second. They lead 1-0.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Saints with the face-off win. Now they'll kick it out into the neutral zone. Poked away by the Knights. Sanders will work on it. We got an arm in the air of delayed offsides. Now it's grabbed by Bakta. Bakta will bring it up the right. Has a poke checked away. Loose puck right in the neutral zone. That'll come to Smith. Smith will get it to JC. He'll backhand it down into the Saints zone, into the corner. Chase after it. Saints will rip it around the boards to the far side. Sanders putting some pressure on. Saints come away with the puck. They'll bring it out into the neutral zone. Looking for a cross-ice pass. That's poked away momentarily by Morrison. Now it's dropped into the Knight zone. Saints come away with a quick shot. Wide right of the net. Now around the backside of the net. This will come over near side towards JC. He'll center it up front. This will be grabbed by Sanders. Sanders will pull it into the right-hand side, loses the puck, and the Knights will have to get back on side. Delayed offsides here. Bakta will come off. Saints grab the puck backside of the net. Forgot to plug it in. Now dumped into the Knight zone. This will be Hutch reaching back, grabbing for it over far side. Back over to James. James will bring it around the backside of the net, up the near side. Up the right-hand side, head of speed, has it poked away right in front, stolen by the Saints. Now pop back down by Fortner. Fortner to James. James takes a shot over the net. Goes far side. Saints will pop it out into the neutral zone. Up the left-hand side, they'll send one wide of the net to Russo. That'll go down low. Grabbed by Dunlap. We got a penalty coming up on the Saints for tripping, it looks like. Yep, tripping. Knights will go back out on the power play as Dunlap went down. This will bring the puck back down to the Knights end for a face-off, or the Saints end. I don't know if that's 6:20 or 8:20 remaining in the period. Is that 6:20 or 8:20 remaining? Got a couple lights burn out. 6:20. Face-off won by the Saints. They whiff on the clearing pass. Now they'll pop it out. This will be held in by Com. Com will, nice pass over to the far side to Sanders. Couldn't handle it. And he'll look to regroup. That'll come right to Bakta. Bakta will shoot right off the post. Comes near side over to Com. Com will backhand it to JC in the corner. Back behind the net goes JC. He'll take it up high towards Brown. Now grab the ricochet. Now he'll leave it for Brown. Brown will skate in. He'll take a shot. Deflected up front. Comes right to Sanders. Sanders with a shot. Noel with a save. Goes into the corner. Grabbed by Bakta. Bakta over to JC. Now he'll center it up front, trying to get it to Sanders. He's cleared out of there. Bakta will hold it in as he switched up to the D. Now to go around the backside of the net, far side. This will be grabbed by Sanders. Sanders will look. He'll backhand it over to Com. Com will skate in, takes a shot, deflected up front. Saints will finally clear it. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. Saints hustling down. They'll get to it. Oh, nice save by Russo on the quick hustle by the Saints. Now to come JC over to Bakta. Bakta will pull back to the middle. Back to his backhand. Peel back for a little time and space over to James. James will send it back to Bakta. Bakta pressured. Now he'll dump it down into the corner. Nobody there for the Knights. Saints will rip it around the boards. Fortner will hold it in. Nice job at the blue line. Now he'll send it down low to Zwellenberg. He'll skate in. Back up to Fortner. Fortner will backhand it into the corner to Zwellenberg. Back up high to Fortner. Now he's got a little time. He'll bring it across. Up in the air. Goes right over James's stick. Now he's going to be pressured. He'll backhand it down into the corner. This will be grabbed by the Saints behind the net. 10 seconds left in the power play. Comes high to Fortner. Fortner crosses ice, trying to get it to Com. 5 seconds left. Back up to Fortner. He'll take a shot. Deflected by the Saints up front. Cleared out in the neutral zone. And look out, they're coming right off the bench. Catches Com off guard. Now Com sees him. Down into the corner, they'll race for the puck. Here comes Larson. Larson will come away with it. He'll bring it in. Right-hand side. Takes it in deep. Down into the corner. Peels back. Stolen by the Saints right there in the middle of the ice. Now they'll chip it off the glass, up ahead, left-hand side. Poked away momentarily by Fortner. Now grabbed again by Dame for the Saints. They'll bring it, pass in up the left-hand side. Quick shot right off the top of the glove of Fortner, or Russo. That'll go up into the netting. They'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off in the night zone. Chikine, Goins, and Neal have checked in, along with Braun. Trying to see who's over there on that far side there. That's Prazel. Now it comes to Goins. Goins will get ahead, trying to get it to Chikine. That'll be tipped down in the corner. Chikine will chase after it. Saints will get there first, grab the puck, rip it around the netting. Over to the near side. They'll bring it up the left-hand side. Checked there by Neal. Loses the puck. Saints still got control. Now Neal comes in. He's checking everybody. Down goes Goins. And a high deflected shot goes off to the near corner. There's Neal with another check. Now they're tied up against the wall. And Goins is going to talk to Neal as Neal's going off into the penalty box. And that's going to be offsetting as they both got tied up. Both kind of took some little pokes at each other. They'll skate 5-on-5. Neal's in the box along with the Saints. So they will come out. I don't know if that's 2:04 or 3:04, but they'll come out either 3:04. So first stoppage after the 1:04 mark. Smith will check in for Neal. Now goes off to the far side. Zwellenberg's in there along with Larson. Two Saints come away with it. They'll chip one. That goes off the side. Now ripped off the boards by Prazel. Can't get it cleared. Centered back up front. Comes over near side. Over towards Larson. Larson will get it out in the neutral zone, and now we're going to get a roughing on another Knights player. I think this one's Braun. And now the Saints will go to the power play with 2:43 remaining in the second. Face-off will be in the night zone. Larson and Smith in there. They'll bring in Hutch, Smith, and Morrison on the defensive side. One down into the corner. Saints come away with it. Pressured by Smith. Now loose. Still grabbed by the Saints in the quarter.
Number 71 from the Knights and number 8.
Nice job poked away there by Smith. Smith will bring it up the left-hand side. Saints will get there, checks him right into the Knights bench. This is held in momentarily for Larson.
2-minute marker for roughing, 12 minutes and 17 seconds.
Now sent down towards Knoll into the Saints zone on the clear. Grabbed by Larson. Knoll with another save. Saints will grab it, pressured by Smith. Smith will get the steal. He'll try to back it right up front. Shot by Larson goes wide left of the net. Corner was open. Down goes Larson. Larson loses the puck right towards the blue line. Smith continues to back check, holding it into the night zone. Now it trickles out towards Larson. Larson to the right, tries to pull back to the middle. Back to Smith. That's deflected, pops up in the air, slapped down by the Saints. Now they'll look to clear it. Bounces off the metal supporters here in the glass. Bounces off the ref. Stays in the neutral zone. Now Larson will backhand it, trying to get it into the Saints zone. Saints got the puck. They'll cross ice. Over near side, off the boards. That not going to be icing as Hutch Smith will grab it. He'll send it hard down into the Saints zone. Bakta will get onside, and now he'll chase after the puck. Saints will get there first. Wrapping around the backside of the net. 1:12, 1:10 remaining in the second. Now JC will come away with it. 24 seconds left on the Saints power play. Knights doing a good job so far killing this off and keeping the pressure down into the Saints zone. Nice back check being tied up there by Bakta. Saints come away with it. Wilson over to the far side. Now a backhanded back behind the net. Smith chases out. Loose puck. Grabbed by the Saints. Stick lift there by Bakta momentarily. Now Wilson will come away with it. Skates in. Off the side of the netting, Smith will send it off into the corner. Now it comes to JC. That's the end of the penalty. And they're going to call offsides as the Knights kill off the power play.
Folks, since Middleton is fire, we are back to 5-on-5 hockey.
JC, Bakta, and Sanders, along with Brown and Com. This will go back to Brown. Brown will rip it around the boards. Over near side towards Com. Looks over shoulder. Big check by the Saints. Now grabbed by Bakta. Can't get it cleared. Up near wall. Now this will be grabbed by JC. JC will get a little time and space and send it to Brown. Brown will come backside of the net, put on the brakes. Be pressured by Valentine. Comes around his right-hand side. Up the boards to the right comes Brown. Now he'll cross the red line and dump it into the Knight zone. That's the end of the period, and after two, the Knights lead 1-0 on the breakaway goal by Neal. We will get a short intermission to shave the ice, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Second period, Knights 1, Kansas City Saints 0.
I think we're gonna want to put this up because you can't see that at all. When the ref stands there, you can see nothing. The ref is even standing right there. You can't see anything. So I don't know if that'll help.
I can't see anything anyways.
Right. Well,
All I can do is look off this thing right All right, sorry for that moment of broadcasting silence there. I was muted during the intermission, and I didn't know how to turn the volume back on. All right, face-off will be down in the Saints zone here on the icing call from the Saints. Just underway. Dunlap, Fortner, and James in there. Brown and Com. That'll come out past Com out into the neutral zones. He'll lose the puck, stolen by the Saints. Now popped away momentarily by Brown. They'll bring it in. Nice back check by Dunlap as he slows that break up. Now loose right up front. This will be grabbed by James. He'll leave it for Dunlap. Dunlap will send it right past James. That'll get grabbed by the Saints in their own zone. Now they'll look for the cross-ice pass. Down back into the Saint Knight zone. Oh, big check pop. Stick pops right up in the air along with the puck. Almost hit the ceiling. Now Fortner will send it around over towards Com. Com will poke it out into the neutral zone. Now it'll be grabbed by James. James will send it up front hard, and that goes past everybody. Back out in the neutral zone. Being back checked is Com. They'll lose the puck. Grabbed by the Saints. Centered up front, poked away there by Brown momentarily. Grabbed by the Saints again. Backside the net, they'll lose the puck. Looked like it just stopped on maybe some wetness still from the Zamboni. Now Brown and Dunlap battling for it back behind the net. One Saints player pinched in there. Saints come away with it. They'll skate it in off the side of the netting. Now they'll center it right up front. This will be grabbed by Fortner momentarily to Com. Com will bring it up. Has it poke checked away. Stolen by Snyder. Down into the Knight zone. Now Russo will come away. He'll slap it hard off the boards. That'll send it back into the neutral zone. Allow everybody to get their line changes in. Sanders is checked in. Saints will come away with it. Pass Prazel. Shot goes wide left of the net. Goes off to the far side towards Sanders. Saints hold it in. That comes to Bakta. Bakta will get it out into the neutral zone. Now poked away on the check there by Sanders. Saints come away with it. That's Pipe right through the middle. He'll take a shot. That's deflected. Now loose. Oh, Russo couldn't get a handle on it. Does get kicked off to the side. Braun will try to clear it. Can't get it cleared. Saints applying the pressure here to start the period. Now finally grabbed by JC. JC up the left. Chips it off the boards to Sanders. Sanders down low. Right to JC. He'll take a shot. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 9. Jackson JC. And I don't remember who the assist was from as it was bouncing around, so we'll go back and look at the video later and get that in there. Jackson JC with his 6th goal of the season. And the Knights are up 2-0.
Number 0, number 6, and number 5 at 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the third period.
Chase Bakta got the assist. Oh, late hit there by JC. Lucky no arm went up in the air on that one. Now it's cleared back down into the Knight zone. Over to Sanders. Sanders will chip it ahead over to JC. JC right back up towards the front of Sanders. He couldn't get a handle on it. Gets kicked off to the side by Knoll. Now JC will send it off to Braun. Braun whiffs on the shot, but it stays down low towards Bakta. He'll send it up front, trying to get it to JC. Then doing it again. There's Prazel with a shot. Now that's slapped down by the Saints. Back behind the net go the Saints. They'll bring it up the left-hand side. Back towards the middle. Nice back check by Bakta. Saints can gain control, but now it's going to be an offsides. Oop, too far. So Chase Bakta with that assist. That's his 4th assist of the season. And with 12:05 remaining in the game, Knights are up 2-0. Face off near side here. Zwellenberg, Larson, and Smith have checked in. We got Morrison and Hutch on the defense. Saints come away with it near boards. Now they'll drop it to McIntyre. Blocked there by Larson up front. Paxton will have it for the Saints. Down he goes, centers it up front, goes off into the far near corner. Pressured by Smith. Smith will chip it off the boards. Up ahead, trying to get it to Zwellenberg. Saints will send it back the other way. That's Snyder, I believe, for the Saints. Snyder continues to work it up against the boards. Saints try to clear it right up front. Dwellenberg couldn't get a handle on it. Goes to the far corner. Now it comes up towards Hutch. Hutch will have one deflected, and that goes up into the lighting. They'll blow it dead, and we'll face it off over here in the Saint zone. Once again, extremely low ceiling here at Line Creek. Wellenberg will win it to Morrison. Morrison will send it back down low. This will be worked by Larson. Larson will lose it down in the corner. Saints will try to clear it. This will be held in momentarily by Hutch. He'll skate in. He'll take a shot. Goes wide right of the net. Over towards Wellenberg. Peels it back. Pinched up against the boards. Saints will try to clear it up. That goes right by Hutch. Now it's a foot race for the puck. Hutch will get there first. He'll peel back a little time and space towards the boards. Now looking to cross ice. Off the boards. Down low. That's going to be an icing.
Icing against the Knights.
Face off in the Knight zone. Com and Brown will check in. This will be Neal, Goins, and Chikini. Face off one by the Saints. That goes out into the neutral zone. Neal will chase after. Trying to get another breakaway. Can't get there this time. And now we got a delayed offsides. Saints will get to it up the right-hand side. Now they'll poke it into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Com. Com will send it off the boards near side towards Chikini. Out in front of him. Saints send it right back to Com in the Knight zone. Now they'll bounce it off the boards. Neal will take it in up the right-hand side. He'll go around down into the corner. Down goes Neal on the hip check by the Saints, and the Saints will come away with it the other direction. They said he stayed onside. Now stolen by Com. Loose right up front. Now poked away there by Brown. Goes off to the far side. Saints will hold it in. Up front, saved by Russo on the quick shot. Now it's down into the corner. Grabbed by the Saints. They'll take a shot. That goes off the side of the net. Grabbed by Com. Com will bring it up the right-hand side. Neal will get out of his way. He'll bring it up the right. Dumped it down into the Saints zone. Grabbed by the Saints. They'll take it hard off the boards. This will come over near side. Grabbed by Chikini. Right to Prazel as he was coming in. Couldn't get a solid shot off. And the Saints will grab it. Big check by Chikini. Loose puck. Backhanded by Goins, but nobody in front of the net for the Knights. And the Saints will clear it. This is going to be an icing. This will slow things down. Face off in the Saints zone. 9:27 remaining in the game. 2-0 Knights.
This game is brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers of Kansas City. Trust your keys with Meineke.
Prazel and Braun on the defense. James, Dunlap, and Fortner check in on the forward line. One by Dunlap. Now he'll lose it. Saints will try to clear it. Prazel will step up, tries to hold it in. Saints will get it out of the zone. Now they'll backhand it down into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Braun. Braun will send it back out to neutral. Saints will have to get back on side. Send it near side. Off the boards. Grabbed by the Saints. Nice poke check there by Prazel. Slows it up. They'll look to center it up front. That goes up far side. This will be grabbed by James. James up the middle. Brings it in to the right. To his forehand. Centers it up front. Knoll with the save. Now she'll jump on it. Net's out of the way. They'll blow this one dead. Net pushed off. They'll face it off in the Saints zone. Far side. Saints will get themselves a line change in. Looks like the Knights will keep it the same. Dunlap's not really sure. Okay, now he'll stay in. Dunlap will win it off far boards. Pops up in the air off of Fortner's stick. That'll go off into the ceiling again, and they'll face it off once again in the Saint zone. Dunlap wins it once again. Right to Braun. Braun shot. Blocker saved by Knoll. Goes up high. James over here near boards. Prazel holds it in. Sends it back down low. Dunlap's down there. Backside of the net. Now it trickles off into the corner over to James. James will send it off the glass behind the net, over to the far corner. Fortner's there. Fortner will come away with it. Sends it up to Braun up the boards. Braun will send it back down. Down low, back behind the net. Grabbed by Dunlap. Centered up front, right through the skates of James. That'll go all the way out into the Knights zone. Far end. Braun will grab it backside of the net. Now into the corner, up the near side. Loses the puck. Prazel will try to get it cleared. Dame holds it in. Now it comes right to the front of the net. Saved by Russo. Net's off. That took an odd bounce and went right in front of the net. They'll blow it dead. Face off over here in the Knight zone, far side. Knights will change it up. Bachta, Sanders, and JC come in. Morrison and Hutch on the defense. Saints win the faceoff. They'll come D to D near side to McIntyre. McIntyre can't hold the pass. Now it's kicked out into the neutral zone by Sanders. Grabbed by JC. He tries to pull back to the middle. Poked away there by the Saints. Now it comes back out into the neutral zone. Back into the Knight zone. Grabbed by Hutch. Looking. Now he'll cross ice pass off the boards. Out in front of Bachta. Grabbed by the Saints. They'll put on the brakes. Goes the other direction. Centers it back up to the center of the ice. They'll kick it out in the neutral zone. That's poked there by Morrison momentarily. Now the Saints will kick it over near side. Stays onside. Now they'll look to center it up front. Shot goes off of the blocker. Left leg of Russo down into the corner. Saints will continue to hold it in. Pressured by the Knights. Now it's grabbed by Sanders. Sanders up ahead to JC. Up the left-hand side. Gets squeezed up against the wall. Hutch will hold it in right at the blue line. Gets it back down towards JC. Takes a hard hit in the back into the wall. Now kicks out right to Sanders. Sanders shot. No, with a save. Kicked away by the Saints. Morrison will send it back down low. This goes over towards Sanders. He takes a body check into the wall. Down he goes. Puck comes around the boards over to Smith. Smith will backhand it down to Bachta up against the wall. He'll send it back up to Hutch. Hutch right along the blue line. Now sends it down into the corner. JC's down there. Still loose puck. Sanders will send it right towards the net. Gloved there by Knoll. They'll blow it dead. Face off in the Saint zone. With either 6:33 or 8:33 remain in the game. Maybe someday they'll change these light bulbs. 6:33 remaining. Knights will change it up. We got Smith, Zwellenberg, and Larson, along with Brown and Com check in on the defense. Face-off will go back behind the net, grabbed by the Saints. Now they'll rip it around the boards near side. Touch it down the neutral zone. This will come all the way down into the Knight zone. Not sure why icing wasn't called. Saints will race down and get to it first. Now they'll chip it around. This will be to Larson. Larson will pull it out into the neutral zone. Chips it down into the Saints zone up against the wall. He'll chase after it. He'll get to it first, backside of the net. Down into the corner, loses the puck. Saints will grab it, and they'll bring it up the right-hand side. Nice back check by Smith. That's what he does. And it gets it to Zwellenberg. Zwellenberg will bring it in. He gets back checked. Loose puck. Oh, Larson had the rebound off the shot. Couldn't get it in the net. Here's Brown. Brown will send it off to Com. Com back slowly to Brown. Brown can't get the big slapper off as is interfered with there by the Saints. Blocked that shot up. Comes back to Com in the far side. Prazel will come over and hold it in. He'll send it back down low, back behind the net. Grabbed by the Saints. They'll wheel up the left-hand side. Smith comes in with another back check. And he gets it to Com. Com will skate it into the Saint zone. Pulls back to the middle, waiting for a line change. Dumps it down towards Zwellenberg. Here's Larson. Now Chikani will come skating in. Loose puck right up front. Saints trying to clear it. Prazel can't get it held in. Here come the Saints. They got a 2-on-1. Skates towards the middle. Deflected by Braun. And that goes wide left. Saints come away with it. Center back up front. Kicked off into the corner once again. Now wrapped around the boards by Prazel. Schneider will hold it in for the Saints. He'll send one up front. We're going to get a penalty, and this is going to be on Chikani. Oh, no, it's not on Chikani. It's on the Saints for interference. He was down on the ice, but I thought Chikani would get a roughing, and Trowbridge gets an interference instead. So the Knights will go to the power play with 4:21 remaining in the game, leading 2-0.
This KC Knights power play is brought to you by Par Electric.
So Com and Brown will come in on the defense. James, Dunlap, and Fortner on the forward line. James to the left, Fortner to the right. Face-off grab by Dunlap. He'll take a shot. Noel with the save. Now it kicks out up towards Brown. Brown will hold it in right at the blue line. He'll send it over to James left side. He'll take a shot. Saved by Noel. Comes over to Com. Com far side. He'll center it cross ice. Back to Fortner. Fortner goes to James. James will send it down low, trying to get it off the boards to Dunlap. Com will hold it in. He'll backhand it down into the corner towards Dunlap. Centered up front. Kicked away by the Saints. Now chipped out. That'll come into the neutral zone. Foot race for the puck. Brown skates over there. Slaps it away. Keeps it back out in the neutral zone. And here come the Knights the other way. Now Brown will dump it down behind the net. This will come around the boards over towards Fortner near side. Fortner will grab it. Back behind the net. Off to the far right wing. He'll send one up front, trying to get it to Dunlap. That'll kick off the boards to James. James will send it out to Brown. Brown can't hold it in. And we'll have a delayed offsides. Saints will grab this one. Knights are onside. Now Fortner with a forecheck. Saints will dump it. This will come all the way to Russo. He'll touch it up, leave it for James. 55 seconds remaining on the power play for the Knights. James up the right-hand side with some speed. He'll take it in deep right, down into the corner. Kicked away by the Saints, and they'll send it back out in the Knight zone. Russo will step over, slow this one up. Saints will get some line change, press legs in. Com will grab this one backside the net. Now across ice. Bounces off the board. Saints send it the other way. Com will now send it over towards Brown. 25 seconds remaining. Brown back behind the net. Saints will race after the puck. Com will grab it first. Now back over near side. They're bouncing around in their own zone. Zwellenberg off the boards. Over towards Com. Now Com will bring it up the right-hand side. Comes back towards the middle. Back check by the Saints. Now send a shot. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal. Number 10, Evan Com. Goes top shelf right over the shoulder of Noel. And that's a power play goal with 7 seconds remaining on that. 2:28 remaining in the game. Knights are leading 3-0.
Goal line number 10 of the Knights, assist by number 97 at 12 minutes and 32 seconds.
Henry Zwellenberg with the assist, his 8th assist of the season. Now grabbed by Bakta. Bakta ahead to JC. JC will skate in the right. He'll get it, try to get it back to Bakta. Saved by Noel. Nice give and go by JC and Bakta, but couldn't get it in the net. And here come the Saints the other way. They'll kick it into the Knight zone. Knights will kick it back out. This will come to McIntyre. Now poked away by Sanders. Loose right there at the feet to Bakta. Saints will send it in. Russo with the save. Goes off into the corner. This will go to Morrison. Morrison will get it up to JC. JC will touch it to Bakta. Bakta will bring it up right through the middle. Has it poked away by the Saints. Kick back into the Knight zone. Now Morrison will chase after it. Prazel's come in. Full line change for the Saints. And the pass was high up off the glass. Goes all the way down to the Saints zone. So while they were all on the bench, we couldn't get a quick breakout pass. Here comes Dame the other way. And that's deflected and goes up into the rafters. 1:09 remaining in the game. 3-0 Knights. Face-off will be in the Knight zone.
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Goins, Chikini, and Neal have checked in. Prazel and Braun now centered up front. That comes to Chikini. Can't get a handle on it. Nice check there by Goins. Slows it up and momentarily against Paxton for the Saints. He'll wrap it around the boards. Comes back up high. They'll send one to that's deflected off Prazel. Oh, he felt that one right in the knee. Now quick shot goes around wide of the net. Comes over near side. And we're going to get a roughing on Russo. So with 42 seconds left, the Saints will go to the power play. It's on the goaltender, so somebody will have to serve it. And off goes Goins. And now they'll bring in Larson and Smith. Chikini and Neal will go to the bench. We'll leave Prazel and Braun out there. Face-off comes right towards the middle. Slapped away by Prazel. Stays in the zone, grabbed by Wilson. They'll try to cross ice. Centered up front, had one of the Saints players right on the backside of the net, but couldn't get it to him. Now poked away by Larson. They got an empty net. Larson will send it down into the Saints zone. No goalie in there as Knowles went to the bench. 20 seconds remaining. Pressured by Smith. 6-on-4 skate for the Saints with the empty net. They'll wrap it around the backside over here towards O'Reilly. Riley will try to center it up front. Here come the Saints the other direction. Stays on side. Wilson will bring it in. Pushed away by Prazel. Centered up front. And that's the end of the game. The Knights with a 3-0 shutout.
Next was today's game with the score. Knights 2, Knicks 3. Kansas City Saints 0.
We'll hold the camera on for the face-off. JV2 coming up against the Saints next. JV1 later tonight at 8:30 down at KCIC. Final score, Kansas City Knights 3 and the Saints 0. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the JV game next and later tonight for another JV game. Tomorrow afternoon, 3:15 at Independence will be a rematch between the Varsity Knights and the Varsity Thanks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.